right, here we are, AK-47 with another weekly preview. But big news here. Heading out on my own. Finally leaving Tradecaster. Been there for quite a while. Thank you, Sean, for the run. But now doing my own thing. Long story short, he's been gracious to pay the streamers that were doing their thing. But now he's finally kind of worrying about himself, not paying anymore. So everyone was free. I was like, well, I've been getting paid since 2020 for streaming. I want to continue getting paid to stream. So, and I've been asked for years, when are you going to do your own thing? Are you ever? And I never wanted to leave, but I am now. So the link is out there. Here is my website that I've been doing one-on-ones with for literally for almost over 4 years now. Since 2021, it was March 2021, I started doing the one-on-ones. But now you have not only the one-on-ones you can book with me in the morning voice alerts, but you also have live stream information. So I am going live. I have a WhatsApp group. I've had that since 2023. 150 members or so every single morning. People are getting that around the world. I'm talking Australia to Germany to Ireland. I've had people in Africa sign up for this. I've had people all over the world sign up for these morning alerts. I'm breaking down small cap plays right out of the gate, where to go long, where to go short with stop losses and targets, and what I'm trading. And then I break down large cap plays, what to expect for the day, giving you high of day and low of day numbers, which are usually pretty spot on. Now, you'll get the live stream Monday through Friday. It starts up at 8 a.m. Eastern, right around there every morning. Jump right into small cap plays, looking to trade them, and alert for you guys. Of course, I'll be alerting those too. I'll jump on the mic. You'll see my face, say, hey guys, look for this. Hey guys, look for that. Again, not everyone wants both, but if you want both, that's really going to be up to you. But I think having both is going to be very crucial, because in the live stream, I'm not going to be breaking down SPY, Apple, AMD, Amazon, Google, Meta, Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, CRCL, QQQ. I give those levels, multiple levels, support and resistance levels that you can go through on WhatsApp and listen to day in, day out, and challenge on all your levels and see if you see where I see support and resistance. But you get high of day, low of day numbers, trade ideas, etc. That's huge for traders across the globe. This is more so, hey, you need straight live stream information where you're going to be looking at this every single day in my Flex Grid, that if you watch my live stream, you're going to get live trade ideas. You can come over and say, hey, AK, what about this play? I haven't looked at it before, but that's what I do. I don't just have you glued into one ticker like pretty much every other streamer does. Most streamers just look at one ticker, they're glued to it. They may go over one, two others, but they're not giving you full-on breakdowns that I can give you and level on level from a stock that costs 10 cents to $1,000. We're back on in my morning alerts, and I could play this alert. I should have had it ready, but February 14th, Valentine's Day of last year, I got on the horn after I got done doing one-on-ones, which I have my package right here, and you keep scrolling down. You can do one-on-ones with me, 1 hour long Zoom sessions. I just got done with those, and I got on the horn, and I said, guys, on the WhatsApp group, said, SMCI is going to 1K tomorrow. Go look it up and go back to Valentine's Day. The close of that day, we were right around 875 to 900, and after hours, we were hitting 900, and it squeezed up to 1,000 on the dot, pretty much at closing bell, and went to 1080 in after hours, etc. I said, that day, Valentine's Day, about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, go long on SMCI IM. It's going to $1,000 tomorrow. I banked on 11 shares over $1,000. Had a lot of people bank with me. Then this is going to be your live stream. Monday through Friday, like I was talking about, going over trade ideas, like going through SMCI plays, Apple, all sorts of small cap plays. If you want it, $70 a month. There's not another streamer out there that gives all the information I give. In 90% win rate, and I've got people from Rick C that has my morning alerts. He's up $400,000+ since last March. I've got CR Trader, call him AK48. Everyone sees his alerts and what he's been banking. He's up about 350, almost 400K since last April from morning alerts and one-on-ones he did with me. I've got Myron62 that was in chat. That guy has 90% win rate right around there since August of 2023, when he signed up the first month I started doing these morning alerts. He's had them since, and said he's never seen anybody as accurate as I have. He's been doing this. Myron62, he was born in 62. He's been doing this for about 40 years or so. My yearly package, $700 for the live stream, $1,000 for the morning alerts. So if you haven't signed up for the morning alerts, you want to sign up for the live stream as well and do a yearly package, it's $1,000. So $30 a month for the morning alerts, $70 a month for the live stream if you want to pay monthly. $700 for the yearly live stream, $1,000 for the yearly morning alerts and the live stream. One-on-ones on sale right now. You get 4 for $200. This will go through July 4th and next weekend, the holiday that we have coming up in the shortened week. Gold package, 6 for $300. The diamond, 12 for $6. the ultimate, the 23 pack in homage of Mr. Michael Jordan. You get 23 hours with me. And I always go about 5 to 10 minutes over, usually. So if you add that up, you're going to get about another hour or two with me in the end easily. So you're going to get 25 hours with me for about $875. Or I should say not for about, it's $875. $875, you'll get 23 plus hours with me. This is the normal price for 10. So this right here is usually 10, not 2 free. It's 10 for $900. So you get, essentially, and what normally this will be go back to a 3-pack for $300, a 5-pack for $500, a 10-pack for $900, and that's the one where you kind of buy 10, get one free is the original deal, and that's why this is $900 for 10. And this is like $1,600, $1,700, $1,500, I can't remember what like that is. Something like that. It's going up to full prices, though. Take advantage. Live stream. It's coming up. If you remember me being over at Tradecaster, DeckMarTrades.com, been over there since 2017. Long time. It's a sad breakup. February, literally speaking of Valentine's Day, it was the day after Valentine's Day when I signed up, 2017. And now on to my own new path, going live. I don't know the number of how many have signed up, but definitely quite a few already have signed up, about 30 or 40 or so. So again, morning alerts 30 a month, live stream 70, 700 for the yearly, 1,000 for the yearly for both. Or the one-on-ones, take advantage. And again, we're going not only at first, I'm asking you questions in those one-on-ones, getting to know you as a trader, seeing your support and resistance, seeing your trades. They're going to make sure you're tracking and journaling. We're going to trade live together. There's a lot we do in these one-on-ones. So there's no other trader that does what I do in these one-on-ones across the globe. I promise you that. And making sure that you become a CR trader and you're up like 300, 400K over your first year or so. I'll do everything I can. Sign up. Sales on now. Now to levels and small caps. Oh, have we had some spikes? CYN, and now they're giving back gains, and we're not getting those multi-day runners, said 2017, 18, 19, 2020, circa back in the old school days, but we're getting some spikes. CYN, from, what was this, what did it spike from? 5-ish, that's what I thought, to 41, 42. Let's go over to, what was the other big plays past week? Here we go, GCTK, right? See, we're giving back gains, though, quickly. We are getting spikes, but we're giving back gains relatively right after we get the spikes. Another one, INMB, another good spike, RCT. So we're seeing some good spikes. The main thing which you're going to have to pay attention to, LCFY, is that they're giving back gains. And I've said this, we're getting really good spikes in pre-market into the opening bell, and then after that opening bell, we're not seeing continuation. Here and there we are. And you can see this nice support here. Now let's just go back to break down where that bounce came from. See this old resistance in the top shelf of that bull flag? And we'll zoom in a little bit there. See that? Old resistance becomes what? New support. New support. Beautiful. Never cracked it again, essentially, right? And that's what I'm going to be helping you with in my live stream. You're going to be going over LCFY, NVDA. See all these tickers I go over every single day? BYFC, no, it was BBLG. BBLG was another one that spiked up the other day. It was in pre-market into this. So I've got you covered across the board. In those morning alerts, you're getting every single small cap ticker that spiked up 50, 40, 50, 60% or more and giving you levels and where to go long and short. Up all the way through high. You get my point. I would be breaking this down past 1170, and then I'm breaking it all the way down here for you. So that way, where you're getting trades at. And then alerting when to go long and when to go short and watching for squeezes when we see them. Back to LCFY on Friday, and I told everyone this is going to turn into CYN. This is what we had. I'm telling you, this is going to squeeze, go long, go long, go long. And this was a gorgeous long play for everybody. And then it became a great trendline crack. Trendline crack right through there-ish. And then it just came down the rest of the day, but for a good hour after that. So again, if you need any help between going long and short, $5, $10 plays up to $3, $4, $500 plays, I have you covered every single day. There's not another streamer that covers everything I cover into the stock trading world as far as charting and going to take trades when you're a day trader, and even long-term investment plays like PLTR, which it's not all. I thought I loaded her up, but PLTR, I was telling traders last year when and Deck was all over this, but he got out early. Like it was back sometime before the end of the year. Deck was the other traders and they were getting out. And I'm like, hold this. And an Aussie chick, if you're watching this right now, she's still holding this. And I got a big red day on Friday. But I told her this is going to 150, 125, blah 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 blah. Hold this long term. Boy, that had a red day on Friday, did it not? Holy bonkertons right there. Oh my gosh, what do we have here? Something happened on news. Anyway, let's go over levels now. So let's go over levels, and this is what you'll be getting, of course, back to the weekly previews here. So I know you guys Been asked, a lot of people have been asking about this, and it helps them out for the week, and they just like watching it too, just kind of like reading the newspaper, so to speak. So SPY levels for the week. I would venture to say that we probably start to channel up, and it was just horrendous for the longest time. I mean, you just go back to the 4 hours so I can show you. Right through about here, so the middle of May through right here. I mean, it was Chop City. Most days small, ugly, choppy chart. We'll just go to the 20. Now we'll go back at least so we can see more days, but we'll just go back more days here. Go back 90 days. But look at this. Look how ugly that chart. Look at that. Look at the days. Where are you trading? I came back from my vacation. Let's go back to when I came back from Colorado. Here I'm in Colorado right through here. So I come back and I do like my 15-day, 15-minute time frame. And my first day back to give you guys levels was right here this Monday. And I'm like, that's what y'all been trading? Whew. Finally out of that. But I'd venture to say we start to channel up top. So let's just go back to the 15-day, 15-minute time frame. Zoom out a little bit. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I don't need my MACD that big. I don't need the volume that big to give levels. So now we can zoom in again. So I'm going to go with somewhere right around the 608 mark to be normal low of the week. So watch for a crack back below 612, just like we saw on Friday down to 611 area, 610.90. Under that, watch for a crack to that 610, big nice round number. Below that, down to this little juncture, and that's one of my normal low of the week. 608.50 down to 608, somewhere in here. Maybe a tad touching the 607s. If we crack that, watch for a move back down through 606 to at least this 605 mark. So somewhere in there for your ultimate low of the week. I don't think we get any lower than that. Now we might base back out to that 604 mark. And the only reason I say that was like that main resistance for that month and a half we couldn't get going. So don't be surprised if we do see back down to 604. But somewhere in this area, I just don't see us getting any lower than that mark. Now on the way up, do we hold all-time highs, which we're trying to? Originally, old all-time high area was right back here, at least in market right here that day. The high was 613.23. So 13.23 needs to hold or try to hold for some continuation up, and we're trying right now. On the way up, 615 resistance to 615.50, then up to 616.40. Over that, which I'll call normal high of the week for that likelihood, or at least in my mind, that we channel up. Now maybe we go a little over that and we see 617.50, but then that ends up being the high for the week. But you get the base of where we channel. Now I will still stick with this as normal high of the week. Ultimate high, watch for a pop up no higher than 620, somewhere right around there for your ultimate high of the week. Now play I would just leave alone. I have it loaded up right here, and of course I just ugly. This is kind of going back to the SPY. It's ugly charting. A lot of reversal days where you're up, down, where you're up, down, da-da-da. I mean, you can see, I know it's a 15-minute time frame, but you want to see continuation in a 15-minute time frame. Now, this isn't a bad day, right? That's at least decent. That's what you want to see more of, where it's up that way, down that way. I don't have many that way. I'd stay away from Apple. Like, that's a play you do not want to day trade as of right now. One that's not bad is AMD. One, though, I could figure, though, finally, if we go back to at least the 4 hour here, we can see we've been on this uptrend the whole entire time. I base it somewhere from this low here, and let's put an uptrend channel in. And you can see, I mean, we kind of keep breaking it down a little bit lower. We'll just call the base of it somewhere right about right there. There's somewhere around there is your uptrend channel. I don't see that cracking anytime soon, but you can. I just wanted to let you know, see that beautiful uptrend channel. Let's get rid of this trend line. That just doesn't need to be in there anymore. I have a feeling that with SPY, that uptrend at least stalls out a little bit because we overextended off of it, as you can see, and we start to move sideways like the SPY. I'm going to call this 148 normal high of the week. I think I called that out on Friday if I'm not mistaken. Let's just go listen so you get a little sneak preview in case maybe you've listened this long. And let's go listen to AK-47 Morning Alerts and go listen to AMD on Friday and where I said the high of day would be.
Way down today, watch this back up after about an hour or two after the bell. On the way down today, watch this topping on the way up there. But we could get that big surge with the volume at the opening bell. So just pay attention to that. Know that over 145.90, going to get a good spike in my opinion. Watch for a spike up to 147. And over that to yesterday's pre-market high of 147. We'll call it 148. It is pretty much 148. Now, I don't think we'll get all the way up there for your... I'll go ultimate high of day. My bad. Normal high of day is going to be that the move back to pre-market high. So 145.90. Pre-market high, normal high of day. Ultimate high of day, back up to pre-market high yesterday.
Boom, and then there you go, called it out. So that's what you're getting every single day. Levels, where to trade, where to go along, what to be looking for in that ticker. And that was on the way back up, and I called it out. It was going to get no higher than. That's what I called ultimate high of day. So we get over where I figured it could be the normal high of day. There's no way we get higher than the ultimate high of day. And I'm pretty good at being, I'd say it's about a 60 to 70% clip, if not higher, that I'm right. So I'm going to call that as your That is your normal high of the week. We stay in the channel. Ultimate high of the week, we get over that. Watch for a pop up to 150. Now, do we get past 150? It's a nice whole big round number. Let's go back and look at charting. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough at 150. That bounce dip off of it, resistance there. Now, maybe a hair over it up to like 151, but we'll call 150, 151 ultimate high of the week. Normal low of the week, watch for a crack back below 142. I don't think we just sit there and channel that tight. Under 142, watch for a crack back down to 140. Maybe a hair under to 139.50, the high or low from Wednesday of last week. Normal low there. Ultimate low of the week, we'll see a bigger crack back down to this area of 133. This old high and the breakout from it, I'll go there as your ultimate low of the week. So has some range on it. I do like AMD for day trades. I'll go just right because I don't want to go too many levels in. I'm just trying to get back into doing this, and this is more so just kind of saying, hey, promoting that I am going live and for you guys to join up. Google in this nice tight bull flag. Of course, we have movement coming up here on Sunday. We always do these little snippet here on Sunday and Sunday, right? So sometimes there's movement. Sometimes there's not much. You go back to this Sunday, not much. Go back to this Sunday, and there's a pretty good move on Sunday from, 146s up to around, what's that, 140 or 168, right? Or 168, so about $2 move. Not a lot, not a ton, but some movement. Watch for that bull flag to possibly break. Now, if it does go up, watch for your push up and continuation in this uptrend channel. I'm going to go 182.50 for your normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, it goes for a good move up to around 184, maybe a tad higher than 184. On the way back on down, we've got room to crack back to as well today under 177.65 to 176. I'd watch for another crack back down to this uptrend channel. I'd call it by the time we get to it about 174. 174 normal low of the week, 176. Watch for the I was gonna say 176 normal low, but I'll go back down to 174 in that uptrend channel. Be right about there by the time we get to it. Right, if you put the trend line in and bounce it off of that, right, by the time we get to it. So that'd be my normal low of the week. Ultimate lows goes back down to this low from Friday. Right, or oh no, we'll go 173 and then even lower than that. Let's go back to this double bottom dip, almost double bottom dip, but somewhere around 171, somewhere in the 171's ultimate low of the week. That has been another one on a great tear over the past couple of weeks. So I guess really the last week it was really when it took off. Again, I think this could start to channel up depending on what we do with the SPY, which I think could happen, and maybe get that base out for a shortened week. Because again, I keep forgetting it's a shortened week this week. We only have 3.5 days. Thursday half day, Friday off. Watch this back under 725, just the 724 area. That should get a good, nice crack back down to the 718 mark. I'll go 718.75 to 717-ish area. The high from this day, that little bounce at 1875, 18. Well, we'll call it a little bit lower than 1875. No, it is about 1850. 1850, 718.50 to about 717.50. Normal lows of the week. Ultimate low of the week. Watch for a crack back of this uptrend, which would be choo and a bounce there, and then we crack that and really start to head down. Watch for move back down to the lows from Thursday, and then base out in a channel at 711, somewhere right around there. On the way back on up, watch back over 735.45, 735 we'll call it, for the squeeze up. Normal high of the week, up through 740. I'm going to say again, we don't have a huge week again because we just went from 680 up to 735. I don't think we can just continue on this crazy race. Watch for a pop up to 750. 750 normal high of the week, ultimate high of the week. Watch for a move, and maybe we do go crazy. Actually, you know what? That's going to be ultimate high of the week. 750 ultimate high of the week. I'll go 742.50 to 743.50 normal high of the week. So maybe a $10 spike up at most over these highs for normal high, ultimate high to 750. Go to NVIDIA, and a lot of you guys like this one. Pop finally up to all-time highs again. I think this play being at all-time high and the big squeeze up from last week channels in a shortened week, in my opinion. Over 875 rolled to 160. 160 normal high of the week, 165 ultimate high. On the way down, watch for a base out, in my opinion, at 154. That just right here, right around that 154 mark. So watch for a crack of Friday's lows, then down to that double little bottom right, then down to here. 154 normal low. Ultimate low then takes it down to this juncture, old resistance, new support, somewhere right around 153.25, 153 area, and then under that, ultimate low down to 151.50. Over to PLTR, since that did have a nice, big, juicy week this past week. Juicy Friday, I should say. It was just a nice, beautiful uptrend channel. Look, boop, 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 cracked it on Friday, and then we really kept going. Now, there was probably some bad news somewhere tied to this, possibly, especially at the end of the day in that sell-off. But that's going to be my normal low of the week. Selling back down, engulfing those candles right around 130.50, somewhere right around there. Friday's lows, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week could crack back down in case we had another huge sell-off. Another $5-6 down to 125 area. Somewhere right through here. 125.40, 124.85, somewhere in there. On the way up, watch back over 136. We're going to struggle through the 136s into 137. It's over 137 to 138 that will finally pop. I'm going to go 140.50, this little reversal here on Friday. Normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week just takes it right back up into that old trend area, right around 146, maybe a clip over it, somewhere in there. CRCL, another big ginormo mover. I was trying to add like 8 words together there. We have, again, Friday, big move down. This has been a bigger mover I'm going to add to my morning alerts. Watch this back under Friday's lows and a move down to right through here around 165. And then below that, watch for a move down to 145 for your, normal low of the week there. 145, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week goes back to the base of this breakout right around 120. On the way back on up, in case we do, this thing can move. That'd be crazy from 300 to 120, but I'm calling for it. On the way back on up, we need to get back over this 195 to 196 corridor. Squeezes through 200 up to around 205. I'll go 205 normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week. I keep forgetting it is a shortened week. Up to 225. I'll go 225 for your ultimate high of the week. Yeah, and this maybe bases out. If anything, the bigger move to me would be back toward the bottom side and more of a sell-off on COCL. Kind of over-evaluated, pumped up there in the past couple of weeks. Just went crazy. And may start to move back to just normal and goes from on my morning alerts to off my morning alerts in about a week or two. Let's just go really quickly. I'll go to your Qs. I know a lot of you guys love the futures, so I'll have to give that as well. Watch this back down. This is going to be my normal low of the week, the reversal on Friday of 44.50. Under 44.50, watch the crack back down to around 42 to 41.50. Normal low of the week there. Ultimate low of the week there. Normal low of the week right here. No? Yeah. Right? What did I do with the SPY? Was that what I did with the SPY, if I'm not mistaken? Right? And then, because it's a shortened week. And then on the way up, 450 or 550. I watch for a break of that, in my opinion, to continue the uptrend and go to 550, 250 for your normal high of the week, ultimate high of the week. Watch for a move up. If we do somehow continue, I doubt we do in the shortened week. 550, 875. 550, 875 for your ultimate high of the week. 550, 250 for your normal high of the week. Lastly, here, Tesla lovers out there. We are starting to base back out into this trend right through here, it almost seems like, right? Where we have this nice tight squeeze and we squeeze up and then we're right back into this channel. So I don't know that any of these lines, I'll leave them in a little bit longer, end up holding a support and resistance. They are kind of, as we move up, that's resistance now, and this will kind of be support. I can see us basing out and having tight and weak and kind of keep running into those lines. So I'm going to go 335 normal high of the week. Over 335, watch for a squeeze back up to 340. Well, we'll start with 338, right? Then to 342, whatever one. I'm going 344. 344 ultimate high of the week. Maybe a touch of this 347 line, but I don't think we'll get quite to it. I think we'll base out right around 344, 345 at most. On the way down, again, staying tight in this channel, I'm going to go a little bit lower than Friday's low to 315, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week, we crack out of it and kind of make it a bigger overall channel, like 335 would be the top. And then I would go the ultimate low of no, you know what? I'm going down to 310. Under 315 to 310. Oh, man, but it's a shortened week. There's no way there's one big move down. Yeah, I'm going to go, there's no way. 310 normal low of the week. 310 normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week goes back down to 300. 310 normal, 300 ultimate. There we go. Get back to doing these weekly levels and get better and better. Get back to doing these from Groot and everything. I thank you again for all the love with that. That I went through with him for that 9-month stretch. Thank you. Finally recuperating and finally back to normal and getting some, get my wind back, so to speak, after all that. And then getting on vacation, but now I'm doing my own thing. And so again, ready to rock and roll and get back at it week in, week out. And the live stream starts up tomorrow. Sign up now. These rates will last for a while. I'm going to keep them nice and low, cheaper than anyone. Even when I raise them, I'm only going to raise this to probably, 80 to 85 a month, something like that. And then, these will all go up a little bit with it, but that's it. If this 80, 85 a month, it'll be 8 or 850, and this will be 1,200 or 1,250. It won't be going up much. But I will have these introductory rates, so lock them in while you can. I will keep them grandfathered in for you if you get them this cheap and low for the time being. But I'm going to keep them this way for a little bit. But I just want everyone to know, live stream starts up tomorrow. My own new adventure, leaving TradeCaster, DeckMarTrades.com. It was a nice, good journey there. I was very gracious and happy that he let me stream live. And it was, he saw my, I guess, capability of being able to stream and talk about stocks. And I only grew from small cap going long to shorting to large caps and options and you name it. So I appreciate that. Of course, he's worrying about himself now, so I'm not getting paid from him anymore. It's time to move on and make my own money. Have a great, safe, blessed, food-filled rest of your Sunday. Get ready for the shortened week again. It's a 3.5-day week. I will see you guys back here next Sunday for another weekly preview. Have a great one. Love you, team.